I will say this though. It is still, I want to say that the game is still so misogynistic because I just heard about this comedy festival that my dear friend 50 is having, like right now. And I haven't seen the paperwork. I don't know. But from what I have heard, there's not a, I was on, people I know were on planes flying to where it's taking place. And there were several comedians on the plane, but not one female comic. Not one. Now, this may be mistaken. This is the information I've gotten. And I love 50. I did Power Book Ghost Book 2. I know he's a comedy fan, but there are men and women in the audiences of these shows. So I think that fair representation only makes sense.
That's comedian Luenell. She sat down with Comedy Hype. The question was, which two comedians would she call the president and vice president of comedy? And out of respect for the comedians that she's known to be booked and busy with, she shut down that question, not wanting to start a beef with any other comedians or spark arguments. Instead, she decided to take the opportunity to call out 50 Cent. 50 Cent did his big one in Shreveport, Louisiana. Shout out to Shreveport, where he hosted his Humor and Harmony weekend.
50 Cent says over 30,000 people attended the Humor and Harmony Festival last weekend, and he is preparing to host another festival. The G-Dome lit up downtown Shreveport last weekend with visitors from all over filling inside. And although no details about the next festival have been released just yet, city leaders say to stay tuned.
Right now, it's only the beginning. He's already planning something else, so stay tuned.
Safety was a major concern for many as thousands gathered in downtown Shreveport for Humor and Harmony over the weekend. We gave you the first alert earlier this week that no violent crimes were reported all weekend long. The Shreveport City Attorney says it's safe to say Curtis 50 Cent Jackson will be paying nearly $500,000 to cover the cost of law enforcement during Humor and Harmony. The Shreveport Police Department partnered with several local law enforcement agencies to keep the people of Shreveport safe during the festival.
This weekend really was a big nana boo boo to all the people who kept saying that Shreveport wasn't safe. These people proved you wrong, and I'm very proud of this city. I'm proud of the people that are from here. Like, they have class. Like, I don't even know why people think that the folks from Shreveport don't.
In a statement, Mayor Tom Arsenault tells KSLA that Curtis 50 Cent Jackson has agreed to pay the costs incurred for security directly. This gesture is a testament to Mr. Jackson's pledge to help revitalize the Red River District of downtown Shreveport in a fun and, most importantly, safe way.
Overwhelmed is the word that I could use, but it's a happy overwhelmed. Like, it's like, okay, we can breathe, because now, because of this event, people know we're here.
Beatrice Lee, co-owner of her 2-in-1 shop, says the festival brought a fresh wave of attention to the businesses in the district.
We are still here. We're keeping this place alive down here for you to come down here and be down here where it's like some culture. Like, there's so many spaces down here that you can just sit and look at the structure of how the buildings were done. You could even learn the history of this area. Like, it's fascinating.
It was indeed a wonderful weekend. Thousands poured into Shreveport for these events. Well, it's one person who wasn't too happy about all of this, and that's Lunell. Lunell was upset that she didn't see any female comedians advertised for the event, and 50 Cent responded in the way that 50 would. We're going to get into all of that, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
Now, other people might argue that there's no females really generating heat right now. I know that I am because of the sellout crowds that I get. However, I was not asked to participate, number one, and I'm booked and busy anyway. I couldn't do it, just like these dates I have been on the books. I'm in Philly. I can't be in two places at the same time, so I'm not swollen. When I speak for women, I'm not speaking for me. I'm talking about female comics, period. You know? My sisters in the game.
One thing Lunell is 100% right about is being booked and busy. According to 50 Cent, he wanted Lunell some more, Monique and Amy Schumer, but all of these women were already booked and they couldn't make it. Luenell in her own statement is confirming that she was booked already herself.
Whether you think they suck or whether they don't, I'm speaking for them, to me. I think that is a very hurtful thing, that you mean to tell me in the United States of America, there's not one female comic that's worthy to be on the festival. Not a Takara, not a Yvonne Orji, not a Zainab Johnson, not a Vanessa Fraction, not nobody.
And I actually found the flyer. It's called the Big Bowl Comedy Show. He has Andrew Schultz on there, Bill Bellamy, Chico Bean, DC, Young Fly, Earthquake, Gary Owen, HaHa Davis, JJ Williamson, Cat Williams, Lavelle Crawford, Landon Brown, Matt Rife, Michael Blackson, Nate Jackson, and I don't see not one female comedian.
So what do you tell?
I don't make it up, you know.
Yeah. Do you tell 50? I mean, in case he was watching this, do you tell him like, hey, like?
Because
if he's watching, I would say, yo, bro, that's kind of hurtful. You know, it's hurtful because there are women that are worthy, and I'm not speaking about myself. I told you I am booked and busy. I'm eating well, but you have both people, men and female genders in the audience. How can you expect women who buy a lot of tickets to sit and listen to man after man after man after man after man after man after man?
So this is the assumption, is that men are funnier than women. That's the assumption.
Well, that's the assumption that's been perpetrated.
Yeah.
But there's women that are working and eating well as well.
The truth is, a lot of women that's working and eating well are women that's being put on by men. It's only a few that can really bring out their own crowd and headline an event. Yes, both women and men buy tickets, but more tickets are sold when the headliners are men. Well, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. We all know the reason.
But they're still not given the opportunities, which to me, you have to be a bit of a goon. And we can't wait for opportunities to be given to us. We have to make opportunities for ourselves. But I'm not trying to divide us. You know, I'm not trying to, the men's over here and the women's over here. It's not trying, I mean, we could coexist and work together. I work with all those guys you just named.
Right.
You know? And I just don't see how you can call it a festival and not celebrate females in the game.
Lunell, respectfully, the purpose of the festival wasn't to celebrate females in the game. Every event doesn't have to be a female empowerment summit. Women definitely have their own spaces designated for that. Now, I have to say, if you look around in a lot of industries, there's been an agenda for the feminists to not push equality, but I'm seeing hostile takeovers. If you look into these industry events and award shows, doesn't matter the quality, the purpose is just to have all female. For the last few years, the industry pushed all female rappers. I'm talking about a major push.
Talk all that shit right now, and I promise you later, y'all gonna look back like, damn, this was like a golden era for a female that.
Yeah, I feel like
it has switched, like girls is running shit and like paying the bills. Yes, the niggas be straight playing our shit, like, oh God, oh God. Cause you couldn't pay them to sit there and ride to no music.
Oh no, that's
like,
right.
But now they be straight jamming time, making music videos with their homeboys, listen to shit in the choir. So it's like, that's how you know times change. The fact that it's so many of us doing our thing at once, it became a movement. Like we be dropping at the same time, and it's just like
it'd be tight if all it could be just a whole song with all girls.
Oh God, like they be saying like a side mix or like redo the Ladies Night song.
I see that all time. I ain't gonna lie.
That'd be tight.
That would
all
be fire. I'd be down to do it even with I don't like to.
Yeah,
let's do it. I'm down.
Everybody send a little A-boy and then we put all the A-boys together.
I think that'd be a tight song. Good, like just for history, like
You turn on the radio countdown, and the top 3 to 5 records on hip hop radio will be all female rappers: Glorilla, Meg Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, maybe Lotto. And we can't forget that for a long time, men will build up industries, but you have feminists act like they just want to be a part of it, when the real goal is to take complete ownership and overthrow the men. That's the goal of a feminist. That's going to be their mindset. And to be fair, I don't think Lunell is trying to overthrow men, but I do believe she's pushing for DEI. Like, don't pick the best women, just pick any woman in order to have a woman. More like filling a quota. And that's obviously unreasonable. If the best women were already booked, the women that 50 wanted, you can't just expect him to put a woman up there just because. Once again, forcing men to put women on is crazy. You don't have to force them to do it because men, they always do anyway. We wouldn't know a lot of these women if men didn't put them on. Lunell would agree. Cat Williams alone is responsible for pushing a lot of female comics. And we're talking about women who typically wouldn't fit in Hollywood. For example, Hollywood will push Tiffany Haddish over some more, who's hilarious. And it doesn't take long to see why. Lunell insinuated women should do their own thing, although she also said she wasn't trying to be divisive. I would say go ahead and try it. Nothing is stopping any of the women from building their own thing. Go do it.
That's true. Because I think that, I've been to many comedy shows, and women have made me laugh.
At the same
But
time.
you've been to many comedy shows where there wasn't a female either, right?
Right. But I was going to say, they said that 70% of the comedy audience is female. That's what they said. I don't know if that has changed over the years, but I would kind of put some pressure on the women to be like, hey, you should be trying to not always just see men. Like, you should hold them accountable for booking more female acts.
I guess nobody's going to say it. The truth is, women in general prefer to see men versus women. That's the truth. Not all women, of course, but if polled, most women will prefer men. Comedy is not like this ridiculous music industry where a 2-year-old can record some baby bop bimbo babble on beat and entertain you. No, in stand-up comedy, not movies, stand-up comedy, you have to be good. It's not Hollywood. You're dealing with live audiences, and you have to be able to entertain that audience with humor in real time. You will be booed off the stage. It's not about quotas.
Yes, but what does that mean, hold them accountable? That's what I'm doing now. But then, see, people don't want to hear it, and then, they call you
the female
troublemaker. It's the audience that should hold them accountable, not us. All we can do is work. All we can do is state what is right and what is wrong in our opinion. But if and it is true that most of the comedy ticket buyers are females. Females buy the tickets for the couple, or females tell the couple what to do. Men, I say in my act that men normally won't come see a female comic with their boys unless a female brings them.
Correct.
But guys or women will get together and go see a male or a female. Men is not the same. Men come see me, but it is, and they come together sometimes. But it's not like it.
But I wonder, is it women trying to get, because women, you guys are always trying to get how men think and, just our point of view. So I wonder, is it women going to those comedy shows because they want to hear a male's point of view? And a lot of times, there's a lot of single women too so I'm just trying to break it down, like why are women gravitating to male comedians for that type of conversation?
It's very simple. Women gravitate towards male comedians because they're usually more funny. Don't get me wrong. I think Lunell's stand-up is funny. I think some more is funny. But that's why they couldn't be booked for the event, because they're in high demand. Why are they in high demand? Well, because the supply is low. Simple economics here. It's not this emotional. It's business. The comedy business, not comedy charity.
Because that's what's happening.
Because if you don't, like I say, I can't speak for all women, clearly. But I think that it's a great date night. That's who's available. There's more men in the game than women. The agencies get behind more males than women. And there's not a huge pool of females who are shaking it up out there. There's a lot of women that are available. There's a lot of women that are working. But there's not a lot of women that are really shaking the tree.
In a nice, respectful way, Lunell is also confirming what I'm saying. She's aware that all women are not funny, just like all men are not funny, but it's less funny women available versus funny men. 50 Cent heard Luenell and did not like what she had to say. He posted this on social media. He said, "Proof you can't make everybody happy. I love Lunell's work. That's why I had them put her in Ghost. We saw her Big A was booked already, so we didn't reach out. You think I didn't want Monique, Samora, or Amy Schumer? They on fire. What the F?" I think the overall purpose and impact of this event was way bigger than what Luenell brought up. It was definitely a positive for Shreveport. Then you have a lot of female-owned businesses. They got a boost that weekend. From their pop-up businesses to women with brick-and-mortar businesses in downtown Shreveport, that's a greater impact for supporting women, and not just one, but several. Not to mention the women who ultimately benefit from the men in business too. Think about it. 9 times out of 10, even the businesses owned by men benefit mostly women and their children. So the overall economic benefit for families is bigger than ego or empowerment only for women. With this event here, a community was empowered, from tax revenue to corporate businesses who also employ ordinary people, as well as a small business community. Big time. You had businesses selling out their product left and right. As for 50, the women he wanted couldn't make the event because they're already busy. And the whole ideal of just pick any woman because we want a woman, well, Black women been pushing this heavy for the last 5 years. In politics, corporate America, music, and now they want to do the same in comedy. No, the difference with comedy is that audience will force you to deliver for those high-priced tickets. And that's the way it is. I would say if Luenell really wanted to help other women and have more women on the comedy shows, she could take a couple $1,000s out of her own booking fee to hire 2 women to come on before her. And no, I'm not talking about pushing the cost on to the promoter. I'm saying if this is really a passion of hers, that's something that she could do to invest in women instead of crying about it or trying to shame men into doing more of what they've already been doing. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Luenell is calling out 50, but 50 said the women he wanted didn't have availability. Is 50 wrong in this situation? Or is Luenell throwing dirt on the brand? Tell me what you think about this below. Special thank you to William A. I appreciate you, William, for all of your support, as well as Donald C. and the Wall Reports. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.